Knight f6 develops the knight toward the center, and you left a pawn hanging and your opponent can capture it. They missed a chance to capture a free pawn. That was an even swap of material. Your opponent ignores the attack on their knight, so you can win it now. Nice vision spotting and capturing that vulnerable knight. Kingside castling becomes available for your opponent here. Your move grabs central space and helps your other pieces get active. They leave their attacked bishop hanging, giving you free material. You are losing a pawn this way. You had an opportunity to capture a free bishop. This move gives you the opportunity to win their rook. You are threatening to force eventual checkmate. They prevented you from being able to force eventual checkmate. You're going to end up losing a pawn. They've made a mistake, and their bishop is now lost. This move will cost you a pawn. You missed a chance to punish your opponent's error. This move gives you the opportunity to win their bishop. You permitted the opponent to win material by pinning a piece to the king. They missed a chance to... You let this move... Their pin will win material. Your best move was to develop a bishop and attack the center. That rook is unprotected and can be captured right away. You captured that free rook. They are threatening to win material. You allowed the opponent to win. Their pin will win material. You step your king away. They recaptured from a... This move activates your... That rook was vulnerable. Your better option was to defend. You are going to... You dodge the check, moving... They took your knight for free. You escape the check from the queen. Their pin will win material. You step your king away from the... They made one of the top moves in this... You dodge the check, moving your king. Your rook is now in danger of being trapped. You missed a better way to evade the check from the opposing queen. They've improved the positioning of their knight. Good thinking. This move puts your knight into a stronger, more active position. They played one of the best moves. Your better option was to move a rook. You get a chance to win a queen by pinning a piece to the king. You permitted the opponent to win a knight through a fork. You missed it. The queen slips away as white avoids material loss. Giving away your rook is a mistake, but they overlooked an opportunity to win your rook. This is a fine move. Your opponent set up a fork, which will... You escape the check from the queen. That queen is unprotected and can be captured right away. That queen was yours for the taking. Their best option was to take an out. You've moved your piece to a powerful... That's playable. You want a pawn for free. You can pick up a free pawn. You captured that free pawn. The rook is left hanging, letting you grab it. That rook was yours for the taking. They moved their king out of the check from your rook. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. Well done, an excellent move. I like their choice. That pawn was yours for the taking. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. Very good choice. Their knight is now on a more active square. You captured a free pawn. They made one of the top moves in this position. You want a pawn for free. You get a chance to win a knight through a fork. You missed an opportunity to win a knight through a fork. The knight slips away as white avoids material loss. Good awareness keeps the rook alive here. They've made a mistake, and their knight is now lost. You had a chance to play something better. They slipped up a bit here. Not the worst move, but definitely not the best. Yes, this is the way. They are right on target. You continue the checkmate attack. They played one of the best moves here. You're still on the road to checkmate. Precise move from your opponent. You continue the checkmate attack. I like their choice. Getting closer to the forced checkmate. They played the strongest move available. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their king out of the... They are right on target. You continue the check... Precise move from your opponent. You're still on the road to check. They played the strongest move. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. They are right on target. Your move gets closer to... Precise move from your opponent. Getting closer to the forced checkmate. They move their king out of the... You continue the checkmate attack. Their king steps away from the check. You missed an opportunity to deliver a ladder mate. They move their king out of the check from your queen. You're still on the road to checkmate. That was the only move. You continue the checkmate attack. That was the only move. You're still on the road to checkmate. They played the strongest move available. You continue the checkmate attack. They are right on target. You're still on the road to checkmate. Precise move from your opponent. You continue the checkmate attack. They played the strongest move available. You're still on the road to checkmate. That was the only move. You continue the checkmate attack. They are right on target. You're continuing down the road to check. You continue their king. You're still on. They took your bishop for free. You continue. That was the only move. They moved their. You're still on the. They played. You can. Their king. You're still on. Precise move from your opponent. You continue the check. They played the strongest move available. You're still on the road to checkmate. That was the only move. You continue the checkmate attack. They are right on target. You're still on the road to checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. You continue the checkmate attack. Precise move from your opponent. You're still on the road to checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your bishop. You continue the checkmate attack. They played the strongest move available. You're still on the road to checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your queen. You continue the checkmate attack. That was the only move. You're still on the road to checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your knight. You continue the checkmate attack. They took your bishop for free. You're still on the road to checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their king out of the check from your queen. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. That was the only move. You continue the checkmate attack. That was the only move. You had an opportunity to checkmate the king. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. Your move gets closer to checkmate. That was the only move. You missed an opportunity to checkmate the king. That was the only move. Getting closer to the forced checkmate. That was the only move. You're still on the road to checkmate. That was the only move. You continue the checkmate attack. That was the only move. Excellent teamwork between your pieces, leading to a ladder mate.